Production companies in the UK film and TV industry should be looking into Audio-Visual Expenditure Credit. With it, HMRC gives back some of your production costs, either as a reduction in your corporation tax or as cash. But eligibility is one of the most common questions we get, especially when a production sits in an edge case, mixed media, co-productions or a series with varying episodes and budgets. AVEC covers 4 types of production: film, high-end television, children's television and animation. Children's TV and animation both attract a higher rate of relief, 39% compared to the standard 34% for film and high-end TV. So it's worth making sure you're claiming in the right category. Before we get into the specifics of each type, there are some requirements that apply across the board. Your company must be registered for UK corporation tax. LLPs, partnerships and individuals can't claim. There can only be one production company claiming per production, and that has to be the company actively making it, making decisions, negotiating contracts and paying for goods and services. Simply owning the copyright isn't enough. Every production also needs to be certified as British by the British Film Institute, unless it's an official government co-production. The cultural test is points-based, covering areas like cultural content, creativity, heritage and the use of British talent and hubs. At least 18 out of 35 points are needed to pass, or 16 out of 31 for animations. You'll also need at least 10% of your total core costs to relate to UK activities. For films, the requirements are relatively straightforward beyond those core criteria. The film needs to be intended for theatrical release, and your company should expect to earn at least 5% of the income through that theatrical run. If you're working on a lower budget film, it's worth looking at independent film tax credit, which offers a higher rate of 53% for productions with core costs up to £23.5 million, provided the director or scriptwriter is British or it's an official co-production. High-end TV has more to navigate. Your programme must be a drama, comedy or documentary. Quiz shows, news chat shows, competition formats and adverts are all excluded. Each episode must have a slot length of more than 20 minutes and an average core cost must reach at least £1 million per hour slot length. That threshold is assessed episode by episode, so even if your series average looks fine, a single short episode can make the whole programme ineligible. Children's TV operates under different rules. The primary expected audience age needs to be under 15, and the usual slot lengths and budget minimums don't apply here. There's also a useful carve-out as well. Quiz and game show formats are normally excluded from AVEC, but for children's TV programmes they're allowed so long as the total prize pot across the whole series doesn't exceed £1,000. For animation, the key test is that at least 51% of your core costs, UK and non-UK combined, must be spent on the animation itself. So that includes hand-drawn illustrations, 2D and 3D digital rendering and stop motion. In mixed media productions, you'll need to apportion costs fairly between the animated and live action elements. Eligibility can be clear-cut for some productions and surprisingly complicated for others, particularly where costs span multiple accounting periods or involve co-productions or blend animation with live action. If you'd like to check whether your production qualifies, check out the full blog.